Yo, do us a favor and yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell as well so you can stay updated. Now let's get to the video.
Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yes, sir. For everybody still tuning in, we had a nice little music break going on, man. It's 1:30, man. We back in the building. Ill Sound Radio. It's your boy Groove Nuke right here with Everyday J. How you feeling, bro?
I can't complain. We here.
For sure. And on this beautiful Sunday, man, we got our guests in the building, Rae Bandz. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
For sure. Thank you for coming through today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem.
All right, for the people who don't know, now you're a musician, but before you was a musician, how did the public know who Rae Bandz was?
So originally, I was Lucky One Management. I've been throwing events for like 7 years, but I've been throwing really big events for a long time. So like a lot of people knew like the company, but they didn't know it was me. So I have people slide in the Lucky One DMs like, "What's up, bro? Can I get in the show?" I'm like, "I'm not the bro. I'm a whole female." But now I been transitioned into being Rae Bandz since like November.
Move the mic a little bit closer to you. What made you first want to start like a management event situation?
It was my birthday party. It was like in 2016, 2017. And I had been working with this artist, Chad London, and he kind of like showed me how to throw a show. So I was like, shit, I'll just throw a birthday party, and to make sure that I have like certain people there, I'll probably just have some people perform. And then it kind of just looked more like a showcase than a birthday party, but it was lit. And I just kept going from there.
For sure.
So you threw yourself a birthday party and said, man, I could do this shit on occasion.
Yeah, I threw it with my manager. Like, he was my business partner. He still is my business partner, but originally he started off as like my partner throwing shows, and now he's my manager. But we did it, and we just like kept going, like, yeah.
For sure. And on that path, that inspired you to become an artist, like watching other artists that you like bring it through these showcases?
So whole time, like nobody knew that I like was an artist the whole time. I wasn't like a rapper or nothing, but I play like 5 instruments. Like I've been in the concert band, like classical band, marching band. Like I was first year clarinet. Like I played the violin since I was a kid. Like I know music. So when I was like, not like judging people music, but like having them come onto the show so that other people could like, you know, judge their music. Like I really know what I like to listen for. Like I know, like if I hear some shit, if I'm in a showcase and I hear something that sound lit, like I'm gonna turn around because like I know it sound good. You know, sometimes you'll hear people performing and you ain't gonna turn around. You don't really care because it ain't lit. You know, but like I be knowing the difference. I just try to give everybody a chance, but I be knowing the difference.
For sure.
At what age did you start playing your first instrument?
I was like 5, 6. I was playing the violin. Actually, in Canada, 5, 6, the violin, the recorder, and the piano a little bit. Like I'm a self-taught piano player, but for the most part, like 5, 6. Mm-hmm.
Damn, 5 years old.
Yeah.
So do you still have the ability to play those instruments now?
So the piano is like one of them things that you really just don't forget. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like John Legend or anything. Yeah, you know, it's muscle memory. And then like the clarinet and the recorder and the tenor sax, I played all of those. They got the same notes. So I was really good at playing the clarinet, so I can't forget how to play any of those. The only one I would probably struggle with a little bit is the violin because the notes are like completely different. But for the most part, yeah, probably so.
Oh no, you
go ahead, bro.
Now I'm asking for myself. How long do you think it takes to start playing the piano? Like not start playing, but actually, you know what I'm saying? Because you could just tap some keys. I'm talking about like put it into, you know.
Like if you really want to learn though, I think the easiest way to learn, it's not like the traditional way. Like you're supposed to learn how to read music and then learn note for note. Mm-hmm. You know, because I think the piano is in like C minor. It's in C, if I'm not mistaken. But you have to learn them notes, and they try to teach you the notes like based off that. But if you like sitting there listening to the notes as you playing, like if you self-taught, you're just gonna hear a song and start like trying to figure out what's T, and then you're gonna learn it from there. And I mean, it's kind of like a backwards way to learn, but everybody do shit different, like, you know? So it just depends on how you learn. If you're like one of those technical learners that like to process, you want to get the information first and then move forward, or if you somebody who, you know, it'd be like people who can't read and shit like that, but they could do all these magical things because they got like photographic memory or like shit like that. It just depends on how you learn.
For sure.
Now, growing up, what was something that you wanted to be?
A scientist. I was really good at science. Like, I used to win a science fair every year. Like, every year. With, like, these really exceptional projects. Like, my IQ is pretty high. So, I thought that I was going to be a scientist, but that didn't work out. I'm too social for that. I'm really artistic. Like, I can draw and paint. So, like, I would always, like, sway more towards, like, anything that I could be creative with versus just, like, the math and the science and shit. But I was really good at math and science. It's real interesting, you know? But it just wasn't, like, creative enough for me.
Now, you also was a star athlete. For the people that don't know, explain that part of your life.
So I was a triathlete. I went to Jackson State on a D1 soccer scholarship.
Shout out JSU.
Shout out JSU. I played left forward, mid. In high school, I played for De La Salle High School. And when I was like 15, like, you know, U-High in Hyde Park, like that's the high school of lab. But I went to Rae and I went to D, but I was on the AAU team for the girls that played at lab. But I was 15 and they were 17. So I've always been like, I was real fast. I'm saying I'm probably still fast now. You know, I'm just not running. You know, I have no reason to be running. You know, but I was real fast. So the position I played, I was able to score a lot of goals. So like I'll make all state, all conference like every year. I played basketball in off season just to stay in shape, and I started in that too. I wasn't like, you know, like Kobe or nothing, you know, but I was a good role player because, you know, at Catholic school, they teach you like the plays. Like we really be running the play, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about having a breakout star athlete. It'd be about just having people who know how to act as a team. So did that. And then I was on JV playing varsity at the same time there too. And then I ran track in off season of that. And that's, you know, how I kept my little speed up. But soccer was my favorite sport.
Shout out soccer, because I don't think people understand how hard it is to actually fucking play soccer.
It is hard, and it's dangerous. Like, you be getting hurt. I got hurt so many times. I done had my nose damn near broke like twice.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I had a concussion before.
It get real out there.
It get real crucial out there.
You need that endurance in soccer too.
Yeah, but well, see, I'm smart. I work harder. I work smarter, not harder. Like I go cherry pick, like just stand at the halfway line, you know, and wait for it to like, you know, go up there because ain't nobody beating me to go get it. And yeah, you know, that's how you take, you know, get your rest while you out there.
With you doing all these things, such a young kid, do you think that's why you were so focused and able to actually throw successful events and actually see that shit through? Because it wasn't like you just do 2 events, and it wasn't like you was only doing this in Chicago. Like you took the show on the road.
We just did our 30th anniversary April 10th. That's 30 shows in Chicago. That's not including the ones that we did out of state. That's not including all the other events that we did outside of that, all the events we powered. Like, that's just platform Chicago. So, like, I think I got the discipline. I'm one of them people, like, if I actually want to do something, I'm going to do it. Like, and I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to do it real well. You know, it's really not about, like, being the best at some shit. It's about being consistent. And people will try something, feel like they didn't get the result they wanted right away, and then they'll stop. And then try to, like, do it, you know, sporadically. But you can't do that. Like, you got to be, like, just keep going, like, back to back to back. Don't give people room to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't get nobody room to breathe with nothing that I do.
You say y'all did y'all 30th anniversary show in Chicago, right? So you still involved in the event planning for shows?
Yeah, like at first I was gonna take a step back so I could just focus on like doing music, and then like some really important people told me like that was the dumbest thing that I could possibly do. So like my superpower is that I can throw my own shows.
Yeah,
I don't need anybody to do that
leverage
for me. Yeah, I don't need like. People come to me to do it for them, you know? So we ain't taking no step back. I just kind of rebranded the shows a little bit. Like, for the most part, so I've been doing Rae Bandz and Friends, I think like that was the last show. And the one before that, I headline. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to just like do a Rae Bandz and Friends series because I got a lot of like reputable artists here that like, they fuck with me, not because I do the shows, they really fuck with my music. So do the Rae Bandz and Friends, and then I'll probably separate the platforms again. That's what I'm thinking.
Was it hard to switch, I would say, modes from throwing shows to actually being a full-time artist?
Yeah, because it was like trying to keep up with throwing the shows while doing what I was doing. But then, like, I made it like my duty. Like, if I finish a project or if I finish something, like the rollout, the rollout be important. So I need to do a video. I need to make sure I throw a show. I need to make sure I have a listening party. I need to make sure that I'm like promoting properly. Like, and the show is a part of that. So every time I do something, I gotta have a show right after that. I just gotta keep up with the shows to like promote the other artists while I'm doing what I'm doing.
I think you technically will have a leg up on somebody that just jumped into the music, because like you said, you used to, rolling events out, you used to building anticipation for something. So it seemed like for your music, it's easy. Like, you don't really got to think about that shit.
Yeah, no, it's like, because it's just, we just know what to do. And ever since I got back with my manager, like, we just know what to do. He know how to do it equally as well as I do. The ideas that I put up to the table that he can't think of, he think of the shit that I can't think of, but it be all that's necessary. Mm-hmm. So it's like right now we just bouncing off of each other's ideas on what needs to be done, but it do be fake easy though. It's just like right now we talk about the shit all the time. This shit is just really fun right now. Like when you actually like coming up, when you actually really doing it, when like your brand is actually like accelerating, like that shit, it's like a high. So it's like right now it'd be hard for us to have a foot on the ground because it's like we pulled in so many different places, like literally all the time. I feel like we ain't never sitting down. We always outside, but we don't be outside because we going out trying to be in the right place, right time. It's like, no, we being invited out by these people. All right. So, and it's kind of disrespectful because of who these people are to not like show up and act grateful for them just wanting to be around me. So it's like we, like the whole little rollout right now, like it's kind of effortless because it's like when God decides that it's your time to do some shit, it's your time to do some shit. Like,
for sure, it's gonna happen straight like that. Now, talk about networking for being in this event management space, and talk about like how you guys use your platform to network with like probably newer artists that you want to work with down the line.
So me, I know that every artist know at least another 3 artists. So when I invite somebody out to do a show, I always ask them if they know somebody else that might want to do the show. My thing is I don't charge artists for slots. Mm-hmm. So it's like literally I have to invite you. But your invite could be the invite that I had somebody send for you. You know what I mean? If they say that it's cool, that you cool, I'm going to let you slide on. I really don't care about like how new or old you are at rapping. Like I feel like everybody should be able to at least try one time. As long as you can come in and show some support by like maybe having at least like one person come outside for you. Like I can't stand when somebody come outside by themselves and then they be tight that they ain't get to go up on stage at time. Like they want to go up at the most busting time, but who is here to see you tonight? Like we not doing that, and like they don't understand that it's a business. So, but I still want to give everybody like a chance. So it'd be the fact that I'm always trying to get 3 heads out of one. Whenever we networking, like that's key. And like I think over the last like 7 years, I done met like hundreds of artists. Mm-hmm. I do 50 artist lineups.
For sure.
I was doing like 30, 35, and then I switched it to 50 because I felt like that's a number that ain't nobody fucking with. And like people try to say that's negative, like you inviting way too many people out. But it's really just a math equation. Like if shit is done properly and laid out properly, like if we get to the show and we get to business how we need to, everybody gets to go up. I really don't have a situation where people don't get to go up like that. It's just when people are trying to all go at the same time, like all during like special guest hour or all like at 10 o'clock, right. 9:30. Like y'all gotta relax. Mm-hmm. Like we can't all go at once. So for the most part, everybody get up there, get down. And I've had a lot of people try to talk to me about having me come on to their team or like trying to buy my brand out, buy my network out because of like how many people I know. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being lazy about what I've built for myself. Like when it's time for that, it'll be time for that. But it ain't time for that right now.
Right. And that's you standing on what you started too.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
How difficult is it to manage all those artists at one time?
So I don't manage them. I just invite them to perform. But it's so like the most difficult part before. Okay, so my host, he be helping me with shit. Rashad, the general, he be helping me with stuff. And before we had decided to create a group message to put all the artists in so we could just like convey information like that. Like we was reaching out to everyone singly, and that shit was crucial. That's why I got somebody else to do it. Like because I'm not gonna do it. I don't have time to like create the operation and do all the logistical work too. Like I need help, and 50 artists is a lot of people, and I can't network properly if I'm sitting at home sending emails to 50 artists, making 50 flyers. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have it. So I had Rashad help me with that. And that's really the only thing that we have to do for them. Everything else be like pretty smooth. Now, when they get to the shows, we have like a method of how we do shit. Like we'll have them check in the door, check in with the host on the stage, and then check in with the DJ. And sometimes they can get a little confusing, but for the most part, it'd be pretty smooth. Like I feel like we got a solid proof like operation. Like it's just always room for growth. Trying to like polish it now.
Having such a inside look at what it takes to be an artist, why would you take that upon yourself to be like, man, I want to rap now?
It was crazy, like, because, like, sometimes, like, shit just happens, right? Like, I really didn't, like, when I was in high school, I used to make, like, funny freestyles in class and get in trouble, but I wasn't really rapping, though. Like, I just be saying shit, you know, I say whatever come to my head, like, mindlessly without, you know, just saying it, and because I've done music for so long, I'm always, like, got some sort of melody in my head, that's all the time. So when I started rapping, like, I was getting out of this really, really, really bad relationship, like what I told y'all before I got here. But it had already started going back and forth type shit. So when it started going back and forth like that, it was like one of them times where I was just like, I'm really fed the fuck up. And for whatever reason, like if I have a drink or something, or if I get to smoking, I get to want to like rap. It was so crazy. So it was like I was sitting in my room in the middle of the night. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I turned on GarageBand on my phone, and I just wrote a song. And it was fake decent. And then, like, motherfuckers realized it was decent. I had went to go record it in the studio with my engineer, because I recorded JDR unless he comes to my house. And I was recording the song, and, like, these dudes that, like, came into the studio while I was in there. It was in the middle of the night. They just sat down, but they was vibing to the song. They was like, what is this? Who is this? And I thought it was, like, security or something from the studio, but it was, like, Dirk's producers and engineers. They just came in there and sat down and was like... I'm like, damn, this is my very first song, though. So after that, I was like, you know, if God don't want you to know that some shit is what you supposed to be doing, this is one of them moments. So I just kept going after that, like, really kept going. Like, I recorded, like, shit, like 14 songs in 1 month. And then that's how I do it. Like, I, like, spit them out real fast and then just take a break. But, yeah, I did that, for, like, those 14 songs, and then I did my mixtape. We put it on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, all this shit. And then, yeah, went from there.
Hey, it's your boy Rico Shot from Eastside Collection. You are now tuning in to iLLANOiZE Radio. Turn your radios up. Oh, that was there. You go. He said, I got this shit. I got it.
Now, what's some goals you got for yourself as a music artist? Then what's some goals you got for yourself in the event management space for the rest of the year?
So as far as the event management space, like I know it's not gonna happen. It's really not like a year goal. The only year goal I have is where I plan to be like as an artist. Like next year, I would like to get on the big jam. Like I feel like if I keep moving how I'm moving and I don't slow down at all, I feel like it could happen. Mm-hmm. I would really like to do that. That's like a goal. Whether it happen this year, next year, what I do know is it is gonna happen. So when it do, you know what I mean, we will be right back here to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna happen. That and just like building the shows more, like with building the clout, people wanting to come out and like literally just be around me as an artist, or like perform around me because they know my crowd gonna be there. They could like cross brand, like I just want to see the shows get bigger with like, I guess how like more successful I get. You know, that's really the immediate like goal.
For sure.
What are some artists and producers that you look forward to working with?
I'll be around the members right now. I'll be around all of them. So I'm pretty much about to start working with all of them. I really don't want to like, you know, drop who I'm about to work with right now. But yeah, I'm in them rooms with all of them. But like outside of like Chicago artists and rappers, I like Coi Leray a lot. Shit, really all the female artists. Like I'm like really big on women empowerment, so I like female artists. All I listen to like is female rap if I'm not listening to like drill, you know. But I really like female artists. All the major ones like Nicki, Meg. You know that's like a big goal down the line. You know what I mean? Like that's reaching for the superstars, but that's like. I don't really see a ceiling right now. So I feel like, you know, if I keep going, and then, you know, like I'll take my shows out of state, like that's nothing, you know. And me, getting my new job, that was really just so that I could move around freely. You know what I mean? And yeah, if I just do what I need to do, I really feel like it's the sky's the limit of who I'm gonna work with, because I got my own sound, like, and I'm never feeling dry on content. So,
For sure.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to be in those rooms, you feel me, with bigger artists, or does it come with a lot of motivation?
No, that's why they like me, because I'm so regular, Like, I get around them and I'm not, like, afraid to have a conversation. But really, I be real interested in shit. And it's like, I've been around, like, all these artists anyways. I was just around them in a different angle. I was throwing the events, but now I'm around y'all as an artist. But it don't be hard because they respect my music. So it's like, they be trying to have them conversations with me, too.
So what would you tell a upcoming artist who probably, I ain't even gonna say no upcoming artist, just that somebody who want to jump into music and they kind of one foot in, one foot out. You know what I'm saying? What would you tell them to push them for?
You gotta dive in. It can't be no one foot in, one foot out. You gotta dive in. You gotta keep going. My biggest issue is because I don't really get no bad critique on my music. So when it do come, and it'll just be like technical shit. Like, it'd be hard for me to hear. Like, I'm very sensitive about it, but don't take what other people tell you about your craft too hard, because what's for you is for you. So just keep going, making what sounds good for you, because it's going to create a lane for yourself. And then people going to know you for doing what you do, not necessarily whether they like it or not. It's about branding yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
What's a couple songs for the people to check out right now?
So, my mixtape, Toxic Part 1, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube. The one we rolling out right now for real is Ain't a Stain on Me. I got a video to that. And I'm about to start dropping a lot of new music. Like, my new music is real hot. So, like, certain people have heard it, and that's why, like, my listening party is kind of a big deal, because their members going to be in the building, So it's like everybody coming to, like, support and see how we could work. And, like, I'm not being charged for features, like, none of this. This is, like, real, like, legitimate business. So I'm going to be playing most of that, like, when I get to the listening party. But I got a song called Big Knots. I got a song called Miami. I fuck with those pretty tough. And I just started singing, too. So I got a song where I'm singing that's real busting, too. Like, I got some little bangers right now. But they really not going to roll out until after the 3rd.
All right. If you can go back and give your younger self any advice, what would it be?
I wish that I was more vocal then, like I am now. Like, I was the quiet person in the room. I used to just sit and soak up everything. My brother was a really big promoter here, so a lot of the things that I learned from him, and I just used to soak up the shit he did, and then I really just redid it just in my own way. That was just from sitting around being quiet, letting everybody else talk. And now, because I just don't like to be shut up, like, I really don't let people out-talk me, because I know what I know and I know what I'm doing. So I would have told my younger self to be more confident in your own opinion versus caring so much about everybody else's.
Okay, before we get out of here, tell the people how they can get in tune with you, stay in tune with you, find everything you got going on.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at @RAE_BANDZZ. That's at Rae Bandz. And that's really the only way that I'm, like, being found right now. I got to, like, doll up some of my other social media platforms because they got, like, my regular name. I got to switch things over now. But you can find me on Instagram at Rae Bandz.
All right, Jimmy, talk to the people.
For sure. Hey, shout out our guests, everybody out there listening. Shout out our guest, Rae Bandz, for coming through the building. Like I always say, I love meeting people this way, hearing about their story, and just checking where they headed. You know what I'm saying? We here for all the support. So make sure y'all get in tune with Rae Bandz. Get in tune. How can people get in tune with the if it's any upcoming artists out there listening, how can they get in tune with you if they want to get on the bill or something?
On the show, and we need them. Like, any artist that want to participate in any platform or in any at Rae Bandz and Friends or any 23ENT events or any events that we host out of town, you can reach me at Lucky One Management. That's at LuckieOnemgt, or you could contact me. You can contact my partner at 23ENT. That's at TWENTYTHREEENT.
For sure, because a lot of times people will definitely be checking to get on them bills, and they be like, how can we do this? How can we do this? Well, she's right here, so make sure if y'all listening, get in tune with all the info that she dropping. And I just loved listening to your story, how the confidence, how you say you was You came out quiet. You soaked up the game. Now you stepping in there with a lot to say and a lot, even more to do. You know what I'm talking about? So big ups to you, and just keep pushing. No problem. Keep pushing with everything you got going on. You handling it well, the artistry and the event management. So you gonna keep doing better down the line. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
God gonna give you more strength to handle it for sure. For sure. Make sure y'all get in tune with Ill Sound Radio on Instagram, ILLSOUND Radio. Follow me, Groove Nuke, GROOVNUKE, and Jay, what you got to say to him?
You're going to have to write a book one day.
For sure.
We didn't even get into the full story, you know. But one day you got to write a book. You got to tell your full story, you know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot behind you that we touched on in our first interview on the Conversations with Jay. So to see you constantly growing, constantly shining, never stopping, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, we get complacent with where we are in life, you feel me?
For sure.
And I don't feel like you ever get complacent. I feel like you like, man, shit, we got to keep turning it up, you know what I'm saying? So just keep working, keep grinding. Confidence is everything, and you are a ball of fucking confidence. You feel me? So, like I say, just keep working, keep grinding.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear the new music June 2nd. You feel me? I get to hear it before a couple of other people. June 3rd, my bad. That's Saturday. You feel me? My bad. Sure. But I can't wait to hear the new music.
Yeah.
Hey, and when you get them clean drops, drop them off.
I got you. I'm gonna sense because you know my music is far from clean, so that's the thing.
Hey man, shout out to everybody that listen. Like Jimmy say, man, go download that iLLANOiZE app. And until next week, man, it's Ill Sound Radio.
Enjoy y'all Sunday.
You did. Ill Sound Radio is a premier destination for cutting edge music and engaging conversation. We focus on showcasing local talent and emerging artists, entrepreneurs, and much more. So tune in every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. for a mix of electrifying music, thought-provoking interviews, and engaging commentary that will keep you entertained and informed. So get ready to experience the best of both worlds in music and talk with Ill Sound Radio, only on iLLANOiZE Radio.